Good morning, good morning. It's Monday morning and it's Pause with Elizabeth Elenor. And I wanted to say I hope you had a beautiful weekend and you're ready for this new week. I wanted to talk today about completion because we can have so much going on in our life and we've been conditioned to constantly be on the go, right? Constantly going, and have several things, especially as women, have several things on the go, juggling, work, career, business, children, housework, household duties, relationship with partner, if you have one, social activities, family commitments, blah, 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 right? We have a list of stuff that's going on. And we can just be on the go, on this treadmill over and over again, and just being conditioned to constantly go, and not actually take time out to see something to fruition and actually see it as a completion, or actually even take note of things. Or we have all of these things that we're juggling and we actually don't complete anything. So one of the things about working energetically and working in the realm of creation is being able to see something through to completion and taking note of that completion, actually recognizing, okay, I have done that tick, I've ticked it off, it's complete, and I'm going to stop and reflect on what I've learned, what I've experienced, what I know of myself in this process, where I had ups, when I had downs, what it was. And from here, feeling like that you've created a whole circle and come to the end of that circle, and what is it that I'm choosing to create now as well instead, or especially if something that you've been creating didn't work out exactly the way you foresaw it, or you were wanting it to experience it. You can learn from that. You can learn and have this feedback loop where you can go, okay, what did I learn from this, and what is it that I'm going to do next? What is the next step, or how can I achieve this in a different way, or what did I learn from that I can take those results and move forward and take a different action instead, to see how, to navigate it in a different way, right? Because what we tend to do is we don't see something through to completion, or if it's complete, we have 5 seconds or a second of yep, that's done, and we're moving forward without even taking any notice of it. And if it's something that has that we've completed but it didn't turn out the way we want to, instead of taking that time to reflect and how could I have done it differently, we allow our unconscious patterns of behavior to come in, our sabotage beliefs of not good enough, not perfect, not worthy, all of those horrible thoughts, beliefs and definitions of ourselves and the world and others that can just totally bomb you out and hold you in that pattern of behavior where you're not getting anywhere, right? Who has, I'm going to check to see who's here, who has found themselves in that loop and gone, you know what, over it, don't want to do it anymore, I need a different structure, because when you are when you're in a loop, you know, like you're a loop of sabotage, you'll never get, you know, to step in and create what it is that you want to create. And so when you see something as going, okay, that didn't turn out exactly the way I wanted it to, what can I do to step forward and move forward in this? And how can I do it differently, right? And ask yourself that question. You can then, you know, you get an answer. When you ask a question, the universe abhors a void. So when you ask a question, you know, and you're open to it and you're not giving any judgments of how it comes in, you stay in your innocence, then when you are open to it, something will pop in that you can then see as, okay, I'm getting to do this, I'm getting to do that, right? So here we are, coming to nearing the end of the year, and again, we are conditioned to, we're actually even conditioned to go from one holiday to the next, right? So Christmas comes, as you know, like Christmas stuff all through the shops, and we get caught up in, oh, we've got to do this, we've got to do that, it's Christmas time, we've got to meet with the family, and we've got to buy presents, and we've got to, you know, ask for holiday leave or whatever it might be, or start, you know, completing those things. And then before you know it, it's, you know, New Year's, and next thing they've already got Easter stuff in the shops, and you're being pulled. Here's my trusty elastic that I teach my clients how the universe works. You're being pulled into thinking about Easter and wanting to buy Easter eggs and somebody else's creation, right? Cadbury or Woolworths or Coles or whoever it is that's pulling you into this new creation and getting you to focus there, right? However, what is it that you choose to create? What is it that you chose to create at the start of the year? And how is it going? What's going on for you in that creation? Have you stopped to reflect? So you've got this thing that you want to create, right? And this is what I call the desired end result. And then you've got this current reality. Where are you in your current reality compared to this end result? Are you closer than when, you know, you started? Did you drop the ball? Did you totally forget about it in March? And then you remembered again in June? And then in August, you're like, oh, I forgot about it again. And you're coming to the end of the year and it's like, wow, I really wanted to create this, this, and this in my life, and I actually haven't. I haven't come anywhere near it. If that's the case, what's holding you back? And let's look at what it is that you can do, because we then go, oh, here we are in, you know, coming up to December. It's too late. It's too late to even, you know, pick that ball up and start focusing on it again. I'll do it in the new year. Who's ever said that to themselves? I'll start again in the new year. It's a trained behavior, right? We've been trained to, oh, nothing starts now. It's December. Everything, you know, everything's shutting down for Christmas. We've trained ourselves to do that. And I'm going to invite you or encourage you not to do that for yourself. If you've got something that you haven't completed, or you can feel is in, you know, coming to the end of a completion, then if you haven't completed it, what is it? What are some of the steps that you can take to pick that ball up again and to start creating? Because when you don't, when you say you want something, this is what I want, this is my desired end result, and this is my current reality. If you don't follow through, all you're doing is you're sharing with your subconscious patterns, your mind, that you don't follow through. And your mind, which is, you know, as a premise, is almost like a separate entity, right? Your mind can go, oh, she's not trustworthy. We can't trust her to follow through and to complete things. And so your mind, you actually don't trust yourself. Crazy, right? You don't even trust yourself. And I want you to reflect on that when you start, you know, people aren't trustworthy. I want you to just check, are you, you know, are you someone that has challenges with other people, feeling like you need to, you know, you can't trust people? And if you can't trust people, I want you to reflect, can I trust myself? Can I, if I say something, do I do it, and do I complete it, and do I follow through? Because if you're not doing that for yourself, that's one of the reasons why you can't trust others. So it's always really, really important to look at yourself. Where am I at? What am I doing? How am I treating myself? What can I reflect on to support myself to change my vibration so that I'm seeing it externally to me? So we're coming to the end of the year, and I want you just to take a moment and pause and tune in. What is it? What is it that I have not completed? And is there anything that you're really close to completing and you might have totally forgotten about it, for example? What is it that you can complete and say, yes, I am a follow-through person. Yes, I am someone that can connect and be trusted. Because your unconscious says yes to everything that you say. I'm going to create this, and you know, I feel like I want this at the end of the year, and the subconscious goes, or the unconscious says, yes, let's go for it. But then you might start thinking, oh, but it's coming to the end of the year and everything's slowing down, and your unconscious says yes to that too. Well, I haven't got enough resources to jump in and do that by the end of the year. The unconscious says yes. Everything you tell it, the unconscious understands and says yes. And so the unconscious cannot, it doesn't have its own thoughts. It just relies on what you're saying. So you can have one thing wanting to go this way and another thing wanting to go that way. And as you can see, how can you, let's see if I can do this. That's cool. There's two places, two different pulls, and you're being pulled backwards and forwards, and what I say is oscillating. You know, you can't move forward and you can't, and you keep being pulled back by all of these old thought patterns of beliefs. So here we are nearing the end of the year. I know we haven't even started December yet, but for some reason there seems to be a lot of talk about the end of the year coming. And if you are choosing to be a creator, then now's the time to start reflecting What is it that I choose to create? What is it that I'm near the end of and can just hold the tension, really support yourself to hold on to that creation and complete it, so that you're starting a fresh new year ready, because next year is going to be massive. I can feel it. It's going to be massive. It's going to be an awesome year. What is it that you can actually, maybe you've already started completing some of the things, tick them off, put them on the list, tick them off, so that you're saying yes to your unconscious. Your unconscious can see it. Yes, finish that. Yes, finish that. Yes, finish that. Man, I'm feeling good. Yes, it's completed. Feel amazing. Supported myself. Followed through. I can trust myself. What is it that I'm going to choose to create next? Am I going to spend some time relaxing? And I'm in the middle of moving. Well, we have moved. I have moved into a new house, and as you can see, wait a minute, it's that side. We've still got boxes because we've been, we just went to a 40th. I ran the end of year event for my group coaching call on Saturday. Went to a 40th on Sunday. The week before, I think we were in Canberra for a wedding. It's just been like this continuous flow of things that we've got to do, and so there's been boxes everywhere, and we'll put as many things away during the week that we can. But yesterday we got a huge amount done, and so now I can move into certain rooms and go, yes, look, there's no boxes in here, and there's decorations up, and it's finally getting that feel to it. And I stop and I look at that room and I go, yes, this is complete. Yes, this feels good. Yes, I'm really looking forward to enjoying this room for whatever it might be, whatever the function of the room is. And I stop and I pause and I reflect. And I'm enjoying that before I move on to what's the next step, what's the next creation. What is it that we're going to choose to create from here? And I'm having fun with it, right? What is it I'm choosing to create? So what is it that you're choosing to create in 2023? And I want you to reflect on 2022, 2021, 2020, and yes, we're now going into, oh my God, COVID territory, right? And yes, there's still elements of that here in the world, out there in the public. Are you spending time on your health? Are you looking at the different areas of your life and making sure that you're holding space for yourself and keeping yourself strong and resilient? And what is it that you want to create next year, and has it still got the energy to move you forward into the next creation? So there's so much going on in the world, and yet when you know how to create, you can totally hold focus, hold your vibration, and not waver. Because even with things going on in the world, and even with things, when you're in a co-creative experience, the things that happen in your life, when you hold yourself in your own truth, in your integrity, in a high vibration to serve everyone in the situation so that everyone feels seen, heard, and acknowledged. When you're holding yourself at that level and seeing the end result, what is it that I choose to create here? How am I serving, you know, the family, the community, the, you know, my clients, whatever it is, whatever you're, you know, who am I serving and how am I serving them? When you're holding that space, it's really, really interesting, because when you're co-creating, you need to be aware of all the other facets and all the other things that are going on and all of the other people involved. But when you hold your space with that strength, then people, the energy will either start to shift so that it's in harmony with you, or it cannot be in harmony just energetically. It can't be in harmony, and so it will shift out of that environment, out of that space, right? If it can't hold that same integrity or that same frequency, just from an energetic point of view, the energy has to leave or separate, because it can't be in the same space. So who do you choose to be, and what is it that you want to complete at the end of this year, so that you're stepping into 2023 with a whole different vibration and ready to serve at the highest and you know, understand your highest capacity. If you want to really connect with your highest capacity for 2023, I have a webinar coming up on tomorrow night. It's called Abundance Mindset for Women. If you're interested and want to really hold that container for yourself for next year, put yes please into the comments, and we will send you the link so that you can attend that. Every Monday morning I also do a meditation. It's not recorded, it's not live streamed. It's called Manifest Your Magic Week, and a group of women and I get on and we just discuss the focus that we've got for the week. I do a little bit of training and we do a meditation to hold that focus so that you're staying in that creation. So if you want to know more about that, maybe put in meditation or manifest into the comments, and we'll send you some information about that too. Enjoy your week, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching on a different channel. Take care, and we will see you again soon.